Welcome to the program Political Viewpoint on ASO Television. Political Viewpoint, it's a program that comes to you at about this time, 6 o'clock to 6:45, where we discuss national issues. The program gives me the opportunity to invite personalities to speak on those issues we intend to discuss on any edition. Of course, you know, Nigeria is a democratic society where political parties are set for those who are interested to go in for any contest, to use any platform to seek any elective position. And of course, INEC stands to be the regulatory body that regulates the activities of political parties and even those who are contesting by drawing timetable and other activities related to what ought to take place at what particular point in time. Of course, the political parties we all know, they are put together and being also controlled in the form of a council, where one person stands out to speak on behalf of a number of political parties that we have in this country. And of course, we have 18 political parties, 19. Or 19, none by the constitution, that people go out to contest elections. And they come under one particular umbrella that are known, that regulates their own conducts, called Inter-Party Advisory Council, simply put in the acronym as IPAC. Of course, these leaders of IPAC, they come in succession. When you serve your time, you leave, another person comes in. As we speak, I have decided to go out to get the chairman of the IPAC, that's the all political parties that we have in this country, under his leadership, in the person of Alhaji Yusuf Dantali. He is the national chairman, Inter-Party Advisory Council, simply put, like I said, IPAC. It's a pleasure having you on this program this evening, sir.
Thank you so much. Great details.
Thank you.
In Nigeria.
Yeah, this is not the first time really speaking with you. I remember I had you on this program or some other program, indeed, yet on this television, when you introduced yourself as a chairman of a non-political party. Today, you are the national chairman of all the political parties known as IPAC, which you control their activities, their behavior when it comes to election. And the reason of being invited for this program this evening is to really look at the forthcoming off-season or off-cycle election organized by INEC in Ondo State, precisely September 21st. And all political parties are involved. Those who have their candidates for governorship and whatever, they are all there. But one particular problem that's well known in Nigeria is politicians don't play the rules by the game. And you being the chairman, we want to know to what extent have you been able to put them in one basket so that we have a very smooth election on the 21st September in Edo State. So that at the end of the day, we don't go into litigation by going to court, so that court will announce who then becomes the winner. So it's a pleasure having you.
Thank you so much, Topsy. I want to correct something that you said. When you use the word control, we don't control, we advise. We try to harmonize differences. Okay, we try to see how a crisis can be reduced to the barest minimum. You know, the nature of politics is about conflict. One conflict will resolve, will generate another conflict, and then interests are never the same. So, and political parties, ideologies are never the same. So, but what we try to do is to see to what extent can we do this within the atmosphere of decorum and harmony, to see that we don't jeopardize the existing peace and in the environment, in the political environment, and to see how can we deepen democracy within the enabling law provided by the Constitution and the Electoral Act. And just like politicians in Nigeria are not different from you and I, they are Nigerians, and we try to work within who we are. One of the major problems, if you say politicians, it's we must begin to look at problems from the foundation of the problem rather than looking at symptoms of the problem. The heat or the excessive heat being generated by political activities in Nigeria, it's instrumental to the value associated with these offices. And when I say value, it's about remuneration of political office, the material benefit and the costs of running election. It's outrageous, and definitely it will precipitate, generate some unethical activities, which we try as much as possible to tame through sensitization and advocacy, and training of the actors in this system. We have been doing that, and periodically, with the support of the umbrella, the umpire, which is INEC. More intermittently, when we have these elections, INEC will support political parties through the Inter-Party Advisory Council to see how can we advise, caution, talk to ourselves to see that we don't destroy the peace of the work within the laws provided by the Constitution. So very soon we should be in Edo, and then after Edo we'll go to Ondo State to do the needful before the election. And from all indication, INEC is prepared, and political parties are prepared to go to the polls, and we'll continue to use this medium as usual to advise the people that before politics, we are Nigerians. Before election, we are Nigerians. Before you assume the position of government, you are Nigerians. And when you compete for something, there's only one person that will emerge. Leadership is a team of God. He gives whoever he wants. If you don't get it this time, we have another time to try again. So we should try as much as possible to do what we can while seeking for this office to operate within the constitutional provisions and the Electoral Act.
So, Chairman, sir, if you look at Nigeria as a country and the way politics is being played, various associations, bodies are created, like the one being organized by the former military head of state, Adusalami, that's Peace Park or whatever it is, to ensure political parties will sign an agreement that the election the country is about to go into is expected to be peaceful. If you win, you don't challenge. If you lose, you accept your defeat. But having done all these processes, at the end of the day, when a day comes, like the way the one we're expecting in Edo, everything goes haywire. Why is it so? We pretend to tell people that indeed we're not going to be violent in nature, but only at the end of the day we'll be seeing ballot snatching, killing and maiming of people, burning of property as a result of that. In your tenure, as much as you are the one who advises these political parties, appealing to them how to carry things in the way they should, what is the climate or the environment or the situation trying to interpret in your mind, whether or not we are going to see something similar to violent or non-violent in the forthcoming governorship election?
Nobody is in a position to say what will happen.
Yeah.
But we try to ensure that it doesn't go into violence, or it doesn't degenerate into violence, because it is not about you, it's about the people. And the peace accord being organized by the Kuka Foundation, Absalam, have done tremendously well in the past, and they are still doing what they can to ensure that people heed to the terms, of operation. In the last, during the election that brought in Buhari, the Kuka Foundation did so well to save Nigeria, and then Jonathan, being who he is, will always commend him, who said his ambition is not worth the blood of any Nigerian. That statement is uncommon. That's a man who has the powers to to do whatever at that period. But he chose the interest of Nigeria above his interests. And with or without the peace accord, I will always advise Nigerians to look the way of Jonathan. Today, Jonathan is respected globally for what he did, and it's commendable, and we'll continue to commend him and see him as a national hero. So every Nigerian should see Jonathan as a symbol of democracy. So whatever we do, we should work within the law and then protect the interests of the larger society rather than our individual interests. It's difficult, but we should. This thing is just 4 years, maybe 2 terms, but somebody will come, and whoever God will. There are people who have emerged a position of leadership who do not even see themselves coming. In short, Jonathan too is an example. If anyone tells Jonathan, for instance, or any Nigerian that Jonathan from one of the minority tribes in Nigeria to emerge as the president of Nigeria, you will disagree, but God in his infinite mercy and wisdom wanted it so, and it happened. So the same thing in other places, there are examples of such. So we should continue to, we all Muslims in Nigeria, we are all Christians in Nigeria, and then we know that the Bible and the Quran teaches us to see leadership as a thing of God.
Yes.
And then he will give whoever he wants, and whoever loses we should embrace the winner.
Yeah.
And the winners too should begin to look at this position as trust. And then after politics or after election, you have emerged, you become either the governor or president of all. So for everyone that contested have something he want to contribute. So we should learn to begin to discourage the attitude of winner takes all and loser lose all. So if that is the practice, it will to a greater extent reduce the crisis, the rancor that is associated with the process of election in Nigeria.
Okay.
So we must learn to accommodate all. It's difficult, but we should try as much as possible.
Now, if you look at the judiciary is an arm of government. Out of the 3 tiers of government we have, or the 3 arms of government, so to speak, the executive, the judiciary, and the legislative arm. But when politics or elections are going on like the one we expect to hold in September 21st, as soon as the election is concluded, those who lost will now go to court. And at the end of the day, matters will be going on in courts, litigation upon litigation for a very long time. And why is it so that it's only in Nigeria mostly that elections or winners are being declared by courts for those who had presumed to have lost or they won wrongly?
I noticed.
I don't know whether, yeah.
I noticed you attended the round table because I saw your face.
I did.
Organized by IPAC and about the role of judiciary in democratic sustainability in Nigeria, which it was a call, okay, for that arm of government to be sanitized, okay. The judicial arm is supposed to be a composition of men of impeccable character who will dispense justice without a fear or favor. But today we see a few, not all, aberration to that practice, which is unacceptable, which is evil, which is which must be redressed. And the judicial arm of government, the judiciary, the judges are the only people that we address as my lord. You understand?
I do.
Yeah, that when they talk and they hit the gavel, you have nothing to say. Even if it's against you, you have to take a bow and say, as my Lord or as the court pleases. So what it means is that you are God's representative on earth between man and another man. So you should, in such cases, live above board to dispense justice before God, because you too will be judged by God. It's not easy to do what is right, especially in the presence of inducement, maybe financial inducement. Okay, but why should we even induce the judges to give us because the system has made it that you are not just going to represent the people, but you are going to accomplish a personal interest different from that of the society. So that takes us back again to the lucrativity and otherwise of these offices that we seek. So the system should be sanitized at all levels to attract quality leadership, not people who want to go and make money for themselves and their families. You see, 60 to 70% of governors in Nigeria, the moment they leave, you see EFCC going after them. Yeah. Why? It is insulting. It is shameful. Public officers, the moment you leave, EFCC goes after you, begin to hear. It is shameful. It is this. You are leaving this name for your children, for your family. So we should have a system that will discourage some of these things, that will make this office so attractive to all and sundry. Nigeria, it is all right. Now look at the imposition of nomination for local government positions and councillorship position being imposed by some state independent electoral commissions. All because you want to shut down some people from the system. How would you ask someone going for chairmanship to pay 11, 10, 15, 12 million? Why? That is a basis for corruption.
Because when he gets there,
he's going to recover his
money, really.
So what is the remuneration? What is the salary? What are the allowances of a local government chairman? Why would a councillor?
So knowing very well, being the chairman at Inter-Party Advisory Council, sir, knowing this, that one of the problems that today escalates what we are going through as a country, we are not getting it right, is as a result of the way we take off
the foundation.
So what do we do as a leader? You advise these political parties, and at the end of the day, what you say will be seen to be correct. With like this, some of these elections that we're going to see at the local council will be coming up maybe in some of state by October or whatever, and already things are really showing a very bad indication. And you are there, and these people are taking for political parties which you are advising. So what do you do? Let's talk about the Edo election with the way we are seeing people campaigning.
From the inception of my leadership as the national chairman of Inter-Party Advisory Council, what we have been advocating for is local government autonomy. Democracy is about the people. Democracy must be grassrootized. You can't have democracy at the state, as the national, and absent at the foundation, at the government that is closest to the people.
Yeah.
So when the Attorney General of the Federation went to court for interpretation on financial autonomy, it was applauded. But that has given birth to another problem, which is what they are trying to do for the same people to shut down, to shut out people from contesting election.
They will now come up with cronies.
Yes. So IPAC, we have written, we are still writing, we are making publications, we are advising, and we are telling the SEC and still writing the governors who are in the process to reverse this trend. If we can't, we'll still go back to court as political parties to seek interpretation for some of these nefarious activities. It is evil. We must clean up the system. If we talk about democracy, let's democratize. You have no other country other than Nigeria. We must do what is right to clean up the system. Look at the insecurity at the grassroots. The farmers can no longer go to the farm because local government is virtually absent. The so-called chairmen are not empowered to do anything. They cannot even secure lives and property. They can't do it. They don't even sing boreholes. So why you are elected as a governor? At least 8 months, 8 years. If the system profits you today, tomorrow you'll be out of the system. We should all know that whether we like it or not, we go back home. There are so many politicians who have served these capacities that cannot go back home because of what we did yesterday or what we are doing today. So we need to begin to look at Nigeria first. We need to begin to look at the interest of. Look at what let's look at what Jonathan did. Look at what Joe Biden did. He said, "I love my job, but I love my country more." For the interests of his country and democracy, he pulled it out. How many of us will do that? So we must begin to learn and then to do what is right by enthroning sanity into the system, not just in the judicial arm, but in the legislative arm. Recently there was protest. There was a program organized by Kuka Foundation recently, and then some of the persons there, a senator that was sent to represent the Senate president, I told him, most of the things happening, we're talking of corruption, most of the things happening, the people are watching. We are finding difficult to pay 70,000 as basic salary. You and I know that cannot buy a bag of rice in Nigeria. Honestly. It can do nothing. We all know. And then we have our legislators who are arguing between 1 million and 21 million. Somebody say, I know their salary is 1 million. Somebody say, no, I take 21 million, who is a member of the Senate.
Yes.
It is shameful.
Can there be sanity?
Yes, it's possible. I believe so much. I love this country so much. I know some days it will come. And then you now see some persons came up. Now, oh, we are hungry. Let's protest. The protest is not a problem. The protest is only indicating that something must be addressed.
Yes, it was hijacked by hoodlums
to perpetuate evil. But originally, I said, no. Look, come and see what we are going through. Look at energy sector. Cost of energy. Where are the local industries? The local industries now have been converted into politics. So we look at what happened recently to Dangote, what is still happening. It is a national embarrassment. It is shameful that we can't protect our local producers. The federal government have 4 refineries for years. What we hear is turnaround maintenance, and then a man embarked on the revolutionary act. Let me do this. Dangote can be the worst person in Nigeria, but that is a revolutionary act. It is heroic. He deserves the support of every Nigerian. Because this will generate direct and indirect employment, and by extension reduce crime. By extension, it will create medium income earners. You know the reliability from the production or refining of that product. not in the petroleum sector, but most times when I hear that the cost of petroleum is higher in the international market, I presume that it should profit us.
Yes.
The price should be better for us because we are the ones selling it. So, but here,
More money.
the higher the price is in our market, the more we pay as Nigeria. So I see a lot of anachronism. I don't understand economy. I don't know much economy, but it is commonsensically anachronistic.
That's true. More money, more problems.
So we must return to the drawing board and fix Nigeria. No American, no British will come and fix this country for us. The solution to Nigeria problem is in Nigeria. You have the best brains. Globally, Nigerians are doing well. This country is so sweet to be messed up by a few individuals. We must come back. It is an appeal to all of us. It's not about seeking power. It's not about blowing sirens. How have your position reflected in the life of the people you chose to represent? We have a situation where the leaders of this society cannot afford their children attending the same school that they administer. And you cannot attend the same hospital that you are administering. It is an aberration. We need to do so many things. We really need. Nigeria is bleeding.
This message you have just passed supposed to go viral, supposed to go on YouTube, quite frankly, for the world to see.
I am pained. I love this country so much.
I can imagine. So can you peep, though you are not from INEC, but being the chairman advisory council of political parties, can you peep into the activities of INEC for the forthcoming governorship election? Are they fully prepared?
INEC is doing well.
In terms of use of machines?
No. INEC is doing well. INEC is doing well. There was a clamor for review of voters registration in Edo, and INEC gladly did. And then INEC have presented the outcome of that exercise to political parties and Nigerians, and doing the same thing in Edo. What is important is for us as actors to do what we can, what we should do. The people that man the beavers and other instruments of election are Nigerians. Who influence them? We know as politicians. No INEC official will come and approach you to do this. You will approach them to do what we want, to bypass the system
and do the
otherwise. Believing that if we go to court, and that is why the judiciary must stand firm to send back politicians, to send them back to where they belong. Go back and fix yourselves, because it is a premise for crisis where we know this is the actual winner of an election, but because we believe you have a backing of the judiciary,
we now do the wrong thing so that you go to the judiciary.
We have laws that are
very clear, well spelled out. This court, the other court of coordinate jurisdiction, will give different verdicts or court orders conflicting one another. It is shameful. It is embarrassment. You are only telling Nigerians not to obey your own laws. The implications situation internationally. If I'm an investor and I'm coming to Nigeria to invest, and I notice that you don't obey your own laws, you bend your own laws, you are telling me not to come in and invest, no matter how you preach to me to come and invest. Because if the law cannot protect the interests of Nigerians in Nigeria, how will the same law protect my interests as an outsider?
You have said it all.
So the negative effect is enormous. It's affecting everything.
God. It's alarming.
So
It's alarming.
this country, I have hope that Nigeria will be greater some days. It will only take sacrifice. God has given us everything. But what we need, the people, we should look at the things we are trying to circumvent for our interest. Do we really need them? The system should try as much as possible to be transparent, or more transparent, to be representative of the people. Democracy is sweet, but we are seeing what is happening in a few African countries. God forbid. Those things are reflection of irresponsible conducts of our political leaders. We have the solutions to fix things. The best military administration cannot be better than democratic, because the freedom you enjoy today, you won't. Nigeria has sustained 25 years of unbroken democracy. And IPAC is we're trying to put together a movie, a documentary movie of how we got to where we are. So maybe to a greater extent it will inform the decision and conduct of political office holders. We need to fix Nigeria for Nigerians. It is possible. It will only take sacrifice. And I believe at the appropriate time, if not now, certainly we'll do and we'll get it right.
Well, you have pushed me to a zone of frustration as a Nigerian. And I've been sitting down listening and trying to think within my mind. The future appears to be very, very bleak, even though you created hope in me that we can change some other time.
We can.
Yes, so I just believe so. I would have continued more with you on this program, but I realize you have much to do somewhere else. But this message, I wish if you could still visit other media organizations and say exactly what you have just said on ASO television this evening. Honestly, I think it's a message that requires to stand out throughout the period as a country, so that the younger ones who are coming will get to know basically how we have been over time to where we are today, so that we can now use what we are saying to move forward. I must appreciate you so much, Chairman Inter-Party Advisory Council, Alhaji Yusuf Dantale, for being part of this program, Portugal Viewpoint on ASO television this evening.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And then you as journalists, you should try as much as possible to paint positive image about our country and do what is right. And then most of your reportage too should reflect the reality of what it is. Thank you so much.
I appreciate it, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Well, that's about the size of this program this evening, Portugal Viewpoint on ASO television. My guest was Alhaji Yusuf Dantale, Chairman, Inter-Party Advisory Council, IPAC, who spoke to us on a number of issues, how we're supposed to behave, how we're supposed to be, how the country is supposed to be if we are supposed to do the right thing. And all institutions that participate in making the country great should ensure that ethics is actually the guiding principle of their conduct. I thank you so much for taking time to watch us. Don't forget, news will be coming your way at 7. This is Political Viewpoint on ASO Television. My name again is Topsy Gimba, leaving the studio. See you again next week. You have a very lovely time and bye-bye.